have a good week. Long as the Eagles lose, I'm still gonna have a good week. Everybody loses, I'm still having a good week. Because we still in it by one game. God damn it. Jason fucking Garrett. Seriously? Is that what y'all went through for 10 years? Is that what y'all went through for 10 years?
Exactly. But we actually had a good team.
What?
Oh, now you want to see the shit then. When he with y'all. When we been dealing with it all this damn time.
How do you fucking call plays? How in the fuck? I don't get this. Jason Garrett. Seriously, Jason Garrett, how do you fucking call plays?
He was over there, Trent. I'm over here.
Oh my God, I don't believe this right now. How do you feel about the team this year?
Oh my God, like, it's Jason Garrett. It's Jason Garrett's fault. Like y'all been saying for 10 years. Jason Garrett. How in the fuck you call, how do you call on 3rd and 15, you call a 5-yard play? Then the next play, you go down, you call a 20-yard play to get the first down. Then you put Danny Dimes in a position to throw a fucking interception. Seriously? Run the goddamn ball or something to get the field. I'm going to hell home. I'm going to hell home. We all go. You're all lost. So don't get mad. Y'all can get pride in my joy and my anger, but y'all lost too. Fuck no. Damn it. Shit. Fuck. Let's go home. How in the hell the last four games now? Oh, three out of 4, you're driving down the field near the end zone and you throw a goddamn interception every goddamn time. What the hell is that?
Well, we got all that time. Yeah. Now you see the shit.
What the hell is that? What the hell?
You call it payback is a mofo.
How do you throw an interception every goddamn time?
Payback. Exactly. How did we get
He's
through
our
all of
man
that?
at 2.0. He's our man at 2.0.
Jason Garrett 2.0.
What the bloody hell? You throw an interception every.
Oh, didn't I say that about us? Now you're reaping our back in the day benefits, I guess.
Oh my God. Cut it off.
Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hold on for one moment. By now, I'm sure most of you guys have heard that one of our own, Rasheib, has passed away. It's sad because part of life is death, and we continue to lose loved ones. And being 58 years old, I've gotten used to losing people, unfortunately, that I know rather well, that I grew up with and things. And I always end up doing my fireside chat and saying, tell the people you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And Rasheib's no longer with us. He definitely touched us in a lot of ways. He annoyed us. He trolled us. He made us laugh, and now he's making us cry. And so I salute you, buddy, and I know that you're now there with your mother in a better place. And when I have more from his family about arrangements and things like that, I will let you guys know. Just keep his family and things in your prayers and stuff. She was too young to go. And I really got to know Rasheib over the course of the last really 3/4 of a year, as he was going through hard times with the diabetes and things, and has passed from complications of a multitude of things, from the kidneys and the diabetes and other things. And so he definitely was the biggest Giant fan that I've ever known. No matter what, he stuck by his team. And you have to respect and love him for what he was. A true good friend and adversary of the Cowboys. He passed the day before yesterday. So there we have it. I don't want to get like I was earlier today with him, with it. He'll be missed. All right, good people. The Dallas Cowboys. It's hard to talk about football when you lose friends, but unfortunately, time continues to go on no matter what. And we're in the middle of a playoff run, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that at the moment we are 8-3. I'm old enough to remember we're going into the last game of the season. 3 years in a row, we were 8-7, needing a win just to have a chance of making the playoffs, and our team failed over and over and over again. And it's almost comical to me now, because I remember a few weeks ago and saying to my man Game Time Brian that I'd been tagged in a Twitter post about how they couldn't enjoy a game because the Cowboys only beat bad teams. You know what? Life is too short to be upset and to waste your time with stupid shit. And that was one of those times that I definitely said, yeah, there's Brian. It's like, don't tag me. Listen, it's like, people, if you want to be miserable, go be miserable by yourself. Don't try and make me miserable with you. I ain't got time for that. I got too many things I want to accomplish. And right now, you know, it's really amazing that people take on the bullshit that you get from the talking heads. That literally, and Rasheib was definitely one of those ones. It was always funny because Rasheib would always say, well, Dax is a dinking ducker. Man, he literally followed along with whatever the narrative was from ESPN. Man, he gets all his yards in garbage time, man. I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott. It's like, bro, look at what you got. You know how everybody was literally saying Daniel Jones last year was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott? Remember the beginning of this season when people like Greg Jennings, a former player, supposedly expert, said, I trust Daniel Jones more than Dak Prescott. Think about how many Dallas Cowboy supposed fans said, move on from Dak Prescott. He's not the guy. Well, I'm here to say, screw you guys. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. I sat here and I watched the Miami Dolphins Jets game. I watched about half of it, from the second quarter to the third quarter. But I'm watching Tua and listening to talking heads where they were talking about how Dak Prescott, he's on the outer fringes of the conversation for MVP because, guys like Tua and Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are elevating their team and winning and doing things that the bus driver, Dak Prescott, is not able to do. And I challenge anybody out there to show me a quarterback over the last 6 weeks that has played better than Dak Prescott. Because I'm watching Tua throw two bad interceptions. Two bad interceptions to what they term a bad team. They get the win, 31-10? Throws a pick six, bad interception, right? But they say this team's an elite team. Check the record and show me a team out there that they beat that's a good team. That's what I'm going to ask you. Show me that Tua has it on his resume there, because he doesn't. We, on the other hand, of course, we win, but we really lose. They tell you, well, Dak Prescott, he doesn't do anything in the playoffs. He's a choker. But they don't remember that he had 4 TD passes against Tampa Bay and a rushing touchdown. Oh, well, that was just Tampa Bay. They're a bad team. They're not playing. Show me a team that plays playoff teams every week. And if you look at this Dallas Cowboy team, where they're at right now today versus where they were against San Francisco, you can look at this team and say they're going up. From the fact that you got CeeDee Lamb those first couple of games that was literally held to like 55 yards and under, where we were like, damn, this dude ain't going to get paid. You looked at this offense that looked like ass, where we called it the Texas toast. The Texas burnt toast. The Texas burnt toast. And it looked like, what the hell are we doing? It was like Rasheib talking about, what the hell is Jason Garrett doing? Evidently, in the bye week, they must have tore that shit up. Mike McCarthy must have realized, my ass is in the sling. Let me borrow some of Kellen Moore's book, kind of like in The Waterboy, where he's sneaking at Henry Winkler's playbook. He's using all his, that was Mike McCarthy. He just eliminated, with the exception of the Wildcat dumbass calls, he eliminated some of the crazy shit. They finally released the Kraken and let my man, here we go, do what Dak Prescott does back. Moving around in the pocket, bootlegging, letting it rip. You can't say that this Dak Prescott is the same Dak Prescott that was there against San Francisco. Miles away better. You can look at Brandon Cooks, who we said, everybody, the good old ESPN talking points. Brandon Cooks. Why'd they get this guy? He's a 1,000-yard receiver with everybody, but somehow Whack Dak can't hit this guy, can't find him. Is he still on the roster? And you look at Brandon Cooks right now, who's becoming a playmaker. Boom. Definitely an improvement for this Dallas Cowboys team. I know we're going to say these were trash teams. It was just the Washington Commanders. You mean the Washington Commanders that scored 31 points, not once but twice, against the Eagles? And I'm not going to say in garbage time, because they were leading the first game and the Eagles had to come back and tie it up and win in overtime. That this Washington team scored with Sam Howell, who was leading the NFL in yardage, 62 points in 2 games against the Eagles. And they got what against the Cowboys? 10. I know, it was just the New York stinking Giants. But you mean the New York Giants that got 9 sacks on the Washington Commanders and bitch slapped them? How many times did they touch Dak Prescott? Thibodeau? I know, he's a bum. He's a nobody. He's one of the top 5 in sacks. That's the bullshit that they tell you and waste your time. That's what they do. And see, in my life, I'm tired of wasting time. Rasheib going reminded me of that fact, that tomorrow is not promised, so don't waste your time with stupid shit. And stupid shit is what they give you. So as I go on about where the Cowboys are, and they say the Cowboys don't have a chance, I look at Terrence Steele and I say, damn, Terrence Steele has the Michael Gallup-itis. Coming back from the ACL, he don't look like he got it right now. He's getting beat all over the field. That Terrence Steele now is getting down the field, getting confidence, double blocking people, knockout blocks. Had one of the best games that he's had this season. I know it was against the Commanders. We'll see when he goes against the elite competition. But that guy is in a much better place than he was against San Francisco. Then we have Father Time, the old guy, Tyrannosaurus Tyron, a guy who everybody said it's past his time. Why do we still put him out on the field? Well, in comparison to the early games that he missed, along with Zach Martin, who missed time, along with B.A.M, who missed time, and also with Tyler Smith missing the first 2 games, where our offensive line was literally juggling a new lineup, starting 2 undrafted rookie free agents in a game against the Cardinals. Tyron Smith, they found the formula. Less practice, bubble wrap him. Put him in the corner, keep everybody away from him till game time. That's the only thing we want you to do is play game time, and he's playing like the Tyron Smith of old. And you put him with one of the best guards, surprisingly, who is getting into a groove. And Tyler Smith, you got one of the best left sides of football right now. We transitioned in an offense that we seemed like we did not know much of. Like I said, maybe we tore that shit up and went back to the things that we did well before. I can look and point to Jake Ferguson, who started the season, had a couple of drops in zone and things the first game, who was coming on and playing really good. But even more than that, too, I see one of the draft picks. Maybe there's hope for our second-round draft picks. Because we've been ass except for Diggs and D-Law. We've got guys who aren't even in the league anymore in recent memory, in like Boss Man Fat. Schoonmaker is now part of tight end by committee, and we get another guy by Peyton Hendershot. So to look at this team and say, well, it's just the Cowboys, and listening to idiots who just look, and I want this to be taken, ladies, don't get mad at me when I say this, but Joy Taylor, her whole thing of before the Cowboys game, the question was, what can Dak Prescott and the Cowboys prove tomorrow? He can't prove anything to me. So what you're saying is your mind is made up and you can't change. You can't look and see anything. Because when I see what the Cowboys have done, literally demoralizing teams at home, I don't see teams getting blown out the water like this. To see Dak Prescott, because for some reason they think when Aaron Rodgers won his last MVP and had 36 TD passes and a 13-3 record, that everybody else in the division was ass. That he had 6 give-me games because the division sucked. And that the home field advantage team lost their first game to San Francisco, a team we beaten up and softened up. He was MVP. That Dak Prescott's 36 TD passes, the same number that Aaron Rodgers had that year, he was considered garbage. That a Josh Allen last year, who lost the same weekend at home that we did in the playoffs, after we went to Tampa Bay on a Monday night, on a short week, go to San Francisco for our second road game, we still scored more points than Josh Allen and crew at home. Now, understand, I haven't looked at the chat right now because I'm going to church right now. Because I'm feeling the spirit of Rasheib. And I'm trying to at least open your eyes to enjoy what you're seeing. The tear that the Dallas Cowboys are on right now, I don't know how long it's going to go. But for the idiot who said, I can't enjoy watching my team because we lost to a good team, you're wasting my time. And my time is precious. I'm going to enjoy seeing this because what I saw yesterday against the Commanders team, a hated rival who beat us last year at the end of the season, was seeing a guy that we didn't really think that highly of when Trayvon Diggs went down in a Deron Bland pick off his 5th pick 6, a NFL historic record. I'm going to enjoy that because something that the Cowboys have now that we haven't had is a defense that is game changers. And I will look at this defense and say, this defense right now, even as much as Micah Parsons is being held on a regular basis, it is a damn shame that the NFL officials allow what they do against the Dallas Cowboys, and specifically Micah Parsons, who is being face masked, hands to the face, being bear hugged and everything else, and does not get a single call, and yet is still at 11 and a half sacks on the season. I'm going to enjoy watching that. The haters out there on your back and your dime are getting rich because you believe the bullshit that they're feeding you. And it is time to wake up and smell the coffee, smell the roses, and enjoy and let what your eyes tell you is going on. When you see Dak Prescott doing the things that they're doing right now, when you see CeeDee Lamb feasting, and then a Brandon Cooks, and they try and stop those two guys. And then you start seeing a Michael Gallup, who's now coming on, because that's another guy who we looked at and said, if we ever see them throw the ball to Michael Gallup again, it'll be too soon. That guy is playing better than when we did against San Francisco. And Tony Pollard, another one of the trifecta of guys that were not performing well earlier part of the season. I don't know if he's now healthy. Maybe it's part of the offensive line now playing well. Maybe it's part of the receiving core that is now getting open down the field and they're stretching the field. Because Dak Prescott, unlike the crap that they tell you, that Dak Prescott is a bus driver. I want you to understand that Pro Football Focus, skip. The boys at Pro Football Focus, you know they watch a lot of football, Skip. Dang, them boys know what they're talking about, Skip. Those boys rated what Dak Prescott did last night, the 4 TD passes, where he literally sliced and diced and ate a turkey drumstick. Just ripped that thing out just like he ripped the heart out of the Washington Commanders. Rated a 97. 97 rating. The highest rating that the boys at Pro Football Focus made for any quarterback against any team. Any team. That could have been Tom Brady against the Jets. That could have been Tom Brady against the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns. That could have been any quarterback. Nobody since 2007, not Drew Brees, not Phillip Rivers, not Eli Manning, not Tony Romo, not Peyton Manning. No quarterback out there has rated that high since 2007. But they're going to tell you, man, it's just the Washington Commanders, a bad team. Well, guess what? There's been a lot of teams that were bad out there that great quarterbacks played against. And not a single one of them got a 97 since 2007. Explain that to me, talking heads. The Skip Baylesses that, I still trust Cooper Rush better. the Colin Cow turds that, the Joy Taylors, his disciple, will still tell you, well, it's just a bad team. It's just a bad team. Okay. So the bad team that we decimated to the point where they decided, let's fire the defensive coordinator, right? Let's just let him take a hot shower and leave his ass in Dallas. How about that? How about that? That's basically what they did. Nobody has beat the pants off of them like that. Nobody. And they'll tell you that the Eagles, and I have to give the Eagles credit. And I don't know if we have any of the Eagles. I see Logan Motorsports. Shout out. Yes, he does. But here's my point, Logan Motorsport. Don't piss me off tonight, good people, because, I'm in the mood to bitch slap somebody because I'm angry because a good person. Why is the good die young? Why is it? I love weed. Tell God stop Danny fumbles. Love you, Rasheib. Shout out to I love weed. I understand exactly what you're saying, Logan Motorsport. But if I were you and looking at the Eagles who are beginning to get injuries now, I get it. You got Kansas City. That sounds better than what I believe it may be. Kansas City has had flaws all season. This isn't the same Kansas City that won the Super Bowl last year. That offense is averaging 5.6 points a game. Their defense has been what's been keeping them in there. But then again, I guess as long as you have the help that you guys have from the officials, getting away with calls that we get called on us on a regular basis, I guess as long as you have those guys, you guys are going to be the team. But as I look at my team right now, I will say the Eagles are consistent. You're consistent. You guys are finding ways to win all these games real close. You are doing that. But I can't look and say, I see your defense improving. I can't say that I look at that and say, like my offense right now, where A.J. Brown has been great all season. Devontae Smith has been great all season. And you're winning those games. We were winning games when our number one receiver was getting 50 yards or less. That Brandon Cooks it didn't even look like he was on the team. Tony Pollard was averaging 3.9 yards a carry. Jalen Tolbert wasn't getting on the field. And Michael Gallup was dropping everything. But as I look at it now, I can say my team was probably about right there. But I look at it that they're climbing and going up. That their arrow is going up. They're gaining confidence and they're stacking some wins. And this time, it's not like the Dallas Cowboys have been playing against the San Francisco 49ers and losing consistently. It's not that the Eagles always come in and bitch slap us and beat us down. My quarterback has scored 3 out of the last 4 games, 40 or more points against your team, in your house, in my house, both. And he did not play bad the last time we played. So if my quarterback, who has been now, I believe it's 12 games straight, or is it 13? 13 games straight, gets some home cooking against your team, Logan, I say I wouldn't feel so cocky like you do. My team came through the game yesterday in pretty good shape. They're healthy. They've got a week before they take on Seattle at home. And then they got 10 days to rest up and plan for your team. Your team, well, they've got the Jekyll and Hyde Buffalo Bills that are a wounded, desperate animal to play. It's a tough task. It's a tough game. You got the San Francisco 49ers who have been playing good lately. That may want some revenge for last year. Your team is going to get battled. Your team is going to get bruised. And Logan, you know what? Commander fans used to say, we want Dallas. We want Dallas. You know, I don't know that they want Dallas anymore, bro. I don't know that they want Dallas. But I'm going to enjoy watching. I'm going to enjoy being able to kick back, relax, put on the headgear, because I'm going to be ready to go for a trip through the atmosphere. I'm going to watch the Eagles and see what they do with Buffalo. And I'm going to watch and I'm going to enjoy seeing what they do against San Francisco. Mark, for tonight, I'm not talking crap in the trolls because we lost a good friend. Amen on that one. Let me acknowledge all the good people in here. I apologize that I have just been kind of like in a trance. I was trying to do the live stream earlier today for the game, and I just had to stop. But I shut down. I actually, 8 o'clock, I said to my wife, I'm going to lay down before the show. And I set my alarm clock for 8:50, and I was passed out. And I woke up, and it was like something hit me, and I don't know what it was. But something hit me, and I wanted to dedicate this show to Rasheib. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has sent prayers and thoughts and everything about Rasheib. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And I really appreciate all that you guys did as far as helping to raise money to help Rasheib live better in his last time here. Forever Fashion Runway Line. Rest in peace, Rasheib. Let me say hello to Lady Libra. Rhonda, thank you very much. I got your text message on if I need somebody to talk to. Appreciate it. Kiana Gibson. Oh, God, I'll never get it. Miss Gibson. That's why I used to always call you Miss Gibson, because I can never get it right. Swapty, Anthony Lear, we ain't played our best ball yet already in December. Marcus Blackman, how you doing? Alan Williams, what's up? Let's see. Help me, Rhonda. Who am I missing? I know I got Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. What's up, Lola? Appreciate you. And Holly Pierce, what's up, Holly? Thank you so much for being here. Philadelphia, not tonight, man. Not tonight, bro, please. Let's see. I know Angelica Baron. I always love to say the Baron because it just kind of rolls off your tongue. And have you seen how big her puppies are? Oh my, they're huge. They're so cute. Her puppies are so cute. They're huge. Oh man, let's see. Mr. Cowboys, yes, he passed. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Tay. Who have I missed? I'm rolling back. Rolling back here on the count. If I missed you, lovely ladies, it's not that I meant to. I'm rolling back trying to catch everybody. All right, so now that I've been on my soapbox here, and I feel good about the direction that the Cowboys are going on. And again, don't let these talking heads steal your thunder and shake you with a whole bunch of bullshit because, of course, it almost drives me crazy when I hear it that, Dak, he's on the fringes. This was on, what is the show with Nick Wright? Brother man that's always been a Dak Prescott hater who's still saying that Dak Prescott is just a bus driver. He's, for the MVP race, well, he's on the outer fringes of it, but if they're going to take a bus driver, then they should take Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott. And it's like, you don't remember the 3 games they lost in a row, though, right? You don't remember that? Okay. For the people out there, again, I feel like, go ahead, talk the smack. I hope that the Dallas Cowboys, that actually they're feasting off of this. We had heard Dak Prescott basically say, it gets to be ridiculous that, you get the crap and everything else. What you're seeing right now is 4 players. The Dallas Cowboys right now have 4 players that I will say have to be in the top 3 of their position. And I want to say that that's freaking insane when you think about this for a second. Because I want you to think about this for a second. Whether you're a Dak Prescott fan, hater, or whatever, you have to admit that the numbers and the things that Dak Prescott is doing, if you say that Josh Allen is having a better season, then you are blind, get your eyes checked. If you're going to say that Justin Herbert is doing things better than Dak Prescott, you need to stop doing drugs and drinking, okay? If you're going to go out there and actually say that Pat Mahomes is having a better season right now than Dak Prescott, you need Jesus. Very few quarterbacks right now are doing what he's doing. They're just not. Statistically, he's got the numbers. Completion percentage, touchdown passes, touchdown runs combined, interceptions, lack thereof. You have to at least put him in the top 3. Can we all agree on that? Can we at least agree on that? Queen Bella, shout out to the Queen. All right, so we're going to put down Dak Prescott, top 3 in this position, right? Actually, we may actually have, I forgot one. I will say that right now, Tyler Smith, right now, at left guard, is ranking out easily in the top 3. He is grading out like a mother humper right now, to the point where he was supposed to be the heir apparent for Tyron Smith. You don't want to mess with him at moving him to tackle. He has been an absolute positive beast right now. So you look at that and say, okay, you've got one of the best top 3 quarterbacks, right or wrong. Changed my mind. You've got one of the best right guards right now in football. Changed my mind, okay? And I dare say CeeDee Lamb statistically is in the top 5. In the top 5, but has to be looked at as one of the top, in my mind. Now, that one is debatable because there's a lot of great receivers out there. But as far as A.J. Brown, going into this weekend, they were tied yardage-wise. And understanding that A.J. Brown got a big jump on him because our offense was, I don't know what our offense was. That Texas burnt toast, which was ass. You got to look at that and say, that's the 3rd guy you have that's a top 3 player in their position. Okay? Top 3. That's 3. Yes, James, Mike does know, as soon as I found out. Shout out Gina Dallas Diva. It's been crazy. Let me respond to that because I was outside cutting on the table saw, and you guys know how I do. You know how I do, okay? I'm always doing something. I'm multitasking things. So I'm cutting plywood to build cabinets for up here in the red brick house. And I cut off the table saw and I start doing a video because I think it's kind of cool when you see me doing other things. If you're watching YouTube, if you see a person, he's always in the same spot and you always see the same background and so on, that you get kind of tunnel vision. It's kind of like the same womp, 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 womp. But by doing things in different locations and different scenes, some things that you might see, oh my God, what is he building today? Or, oh man, that food looks really good. That it piques your interest to listen to the message. That's what I do, okay? And I just don't have time to always go up to the studio and be in the background and, do all the editing and stuff. Life is too short. So I do what I got to do. If you're looking for the perfect studio or the perfect special effects or the hair combed just right and the shirt is like, or a suit or something, that ain't me. That ain't me. I am real. With the person you see right here, anybody out there who's met me knows that it's the same person. Casey Stewart, what's up, Casey? How are you doing? So I'm doing this video here, and I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys offense, and on my cell phone, because most of the videos I shoot on my cell phone, is a message from Gina Dallas Diva, who said, "Oh my God, I just saw a message on Facebook that Rasheib had passed." She said, "Tell me that's not true," and immediately stopped recording the video and looked at this Facebook post from his aunt. I never met any of Rasheed's family, and Rasheib didn't talk a lot about. I mean, he talked about them a little bit, but he didn't. It wasn't a whole lot of time. I didn't meet them. They didn't come over to my house to see him, at least not when I was there and stuff. And so I got in touch with his aunt, and found out that he had passed 2 days ago, and it was because Gina Dallas Diva let me know, and immediately. Once I saw that and saw the Facebook post, I called Mike and said, "Mike, when was the last time you talked to him?" And he said he talked to him on Saturday. And, Mike's taking care of his other family and stuff for Thanksgiving and things. And so that's how we found out, and we talked about it. And the thing Mike had said, because if you guys saw when Rasheib was over for the Giants game, I knew Rasheib was down because Veterans Day was the same day that his mother had passed in 2016. And he was definitely, that and the Giants were ass. He just kind of laid on the sofa, watched the game, fell asleep. GMAC. We can do that. We did a lot of that earlier today, and it was actually kind of sad. The final one that I'm going to show you guys tonight.
Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver?
Oh, they got your own. Man, he a dog. Oh, shit, he is a dog. That's a good pick, though.
Suave TV, you are 100% spot on. It's funny how now Hurts doesn't need all of these stats to win big games. Yeah, and have you noticed how all of a sudden interceptions don't mean... Here's where it's so funny to me, comical to me. Because remember when Diggs started getting interceptions? They basically said, "Oh, well, Diggs, man, he gives up more yards or per pass or it's something like that." Basically they tried to tell you that the interceptions that Diggs was getting were meaningless. Colin Cowherd used to say, "I don't mind a few interceptions by my quarterback," because that's what he used to talk about with Carson Wentz. I used to pull up those clips of Colin Cowherd where he literally said stupid shit like that. Like, Carson Wentz, he's a Maserati, that pulls up next to you. That's a fast car, that's really cool. And then Dak Prescott pulls up next to you and he's a Corvette. And you look and say, that's a really fast car. But if a Maserati and a Corvette pull up to you, one of them is a exotic, fantastic sports car. The other one is just okay. That's the kind of shit that he used to say that when you put them out there, Alan Williams, complications of many different things, Alan. He had kidney issues, the diabetes and so on. And it's just, I don't know the exact cause, but it was a complication of all of the above. But they've told you now interceptions. Oh my God, Dak Prescott and these interceptions. He's a turnover machine. Remember when they literally counted how many interceptions we threw in practice and training camp? Right? Ain't nobody talking about, Jalen Hurts is one of the most intercepted guys in the NFL. Jalen Hurts, Pat Mahomes, Sam Howell. They ain't talking about interceptions. Remember when they used to say Dak was a dink and dunker? Do they even use that term anymore? Do they use that term anymore? I can't say I remember hearing it recently. Remember garbage time yards? Oh, well, Dak's statistics, man, he's getting all that in garbage time. Do you hear garbage time yards anymore? They only use these derogatory comments solely with Dak Prescott. Now it's, well, they ain't playing the Cowboys. They ain't playing nobody. They're not playing anybody. Well, look, you tell me. You tell me here. On the Miami Dolphins, okay? Let's go through this real quick. So the Miami Dolphins won their season opener 36-34 against the Chargers. Are the Chargers a powerful team? Is that a good team? They ended up beating the Patriots 24-17. Are the Patriots a good team? They beat Denver 70-20. Blowout. Was that because they're great or they were playing a garbage team? They got blown out by the Buffalo Bills 48-20. That's the first winning team that they faced. They beat the Giants 31-16. So, that's a better win than us blowing the Giants out, though, right? They beat the Panthers 42-21. Is that a good team? They lost to the Eagles 31-17. That's the second team they faced that was a winning team. They beat the Patriots again 31-17. They lost to the Chiefs, the third team with a winning record, right? They beat the Raiders 20-13. And they won today with Tua throwing 2 interceptions, including a pick six, 34-13. So I ask you, did they play a tough schedule? Did they play juggernauts out there? But Tua's an MVP. I could dare say that that's a mirror of our season. They lost to some good teams. Every team that was a winning team they faced, they lost to. And mind you, I will say they actually have lied to you because they said the Cowboys didn't beat a team that had a winning record during the season. Didn't the Jets beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills first week? So when we faced them, they were 1-0. That was a winning record. When we faced the Chargers were 2-2. So that wasn't a losing team. It wasn't a winning record, but it wasn't a losing record either. And the Commanders, where we put their left hand down, did go toe for toe in 2 games. If it was only one game, I might say, yeah, well, it was just one game. They went toe for toe against the Eagles, taking them to overtime. Now, I don't know how this season's going to end, but I have to say, in the grand scheme of all the Cowboy fans out there that say, if we don't win it all this year, then we got to move on from Dak Prescott. I say you're crazy. I say you're crazy because when I look at from 95 to now, we're going to probably have another 12-5 season. And 3 years of playoffs. This is the best window. The time that Dak Prescott has been here has been the best time. I'm not saying that you should be satisfied with it. But this is the best time of the Cowboys since the 90s. Without a doubt. Now, back to my other premise. Let's go back to Micah Parsons here for a minute. And I want to show something here. Micah Parsons is, I believe, 3rd in the NFL in sacks. And I think he's leading the NFL in pressures. And did not get a single call. Now, Michael Gelkin posted this video. I don't know if he copied it from somebody else or if he ended up doing it himself. When I live stream a game, I'm having a conversation with Brian. I'm looking at the chats from you guys. Joanne Gonzalez, welcome, JoJo. And I'm watching the game, so I can't see every single play that's going on. But through the 64 plays that Micah Parsons had, they didn't have a single call for him. This video kind of shows some of the egregious ones that they made. So take a look. You see him highlighted here? You see him being bear hugged from behind. You see that? Literally, the guy has him wrapped up from behind. Out here. Look at this. Hands to the face. You see that? He's outside here. Look at this. He's pulling him backwards. Are you telling me that these literally, and look at this. Look at this. Are you literally telling me that these aren't holds? Look at this. Look at him. 2 guys bear hugging him. Look. Look. Are you honestly going to tell me? Are you honestly going to tell me that none of these were holding? The guy's got him from behind like this. And even with all of this going on, he's still getting more pressures than anybody else. He's still got 11 and a half sacks on the season. It's freaking insane. And Eagle fans, you might want to be quiet about talking about the officials and how the Cowboys suck, because you get these calls. We don't. It's freaking insane. And so back to my premise where I say Tyler Smith is top 3 in his position, that Dak Prescott is top 3 in his position, that CeeDee Lamb is top 3 in his position, and definitely Micah Parsons, this is definitely top 3 in his position. And I dare say that Deron Bland is getting spicy. Mark called getting missed on every team every week. Stop that. DC Trucker, dude. Okay. You know, if they had called 1 or 2 of these, I would have been happy. I mean, I wouldn't complain. But when you literally see him bear hugged from behind, you know, some of them they call, you look at it and say, was that really holding? Was that really holding? When you get a hand to the face like that, when you get 2 guys literally holding him and he's being spun backwards, when they are behind him with their hands wrapped around him, come on, man. See, that's what, you know, DC Trucker, come on, man. No, I'm not playing tonight. I'm not playing tonight. But Deron Bland is getting spicy, and you have to look at him with his historic 5 pick sixes, that he still has time to add to this thing. He's got 6 more games. Why anybody will throw his direction, I don't know. But what you have to do is you have to look at Al Harris and say, Al Harris has done one hell of a job at teaching our secondary. If he could get, Jordan Lewis. If we could just get Jordan Lewis to play better, man, nobody would score a single point. I appreciate you, James. So when you start looking at this and saying, of the 22 positions on the field, that the Dallas Cowboys have 5 players in the top 3 in their position, that's huge. And the Cowboys are probably in the best position to make some noise in the playoffs than they've been in a long time. This team right now has the number 1 scoring offense. Cowboys score more points than anybody else. And their defense is rated 4th. Now, I get it. Some of those numbers have been padded by some bad teams. We'll see what happens going forward. Now we go through this stretch. At least we have Seattle at home. We have the Eagles at home. We'll have to go to Buffalo, but Buffalo has been Jekyll and Hyde. We'll have to go to Miami, but Miami, I'm not sure that Miami is as good as they've been trying to tell you. So I feel good about my team. I feel real good about my team. And, you know, Eagle fans, feel free. Feel free to go ahead and trash my team. Tell me that we suck and that your Eagles are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then come game day when your team is, you know, is you're sweating needles and you don't show up or anything, or when they lose, you won't show up. I'm here every day, win, lose, or draw. We'll see what we're going to see. 6 weeks in the NFL is a lifetime. There's still a lot of football left to be played. And I will say that the Cowboy star is definitely rising. we feel good about our team, Dallas Cowboys. Does any 49er defender have 5 picks? No, they don't. None of them do. Tell them, Tay. Jalen Hurts just beat Pat Mahomes. Yeah, but Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes still that guy this year? With all the drop passes that they have? I'm not saying that Kansas City is that team. They did lose to the, before you pat yourself on the back there, remember, they also lost to lost to the Jets. Not Jets, excuse me, the Detroit Lions. Okay? I'm just saying, they lost to the Lions. So, there you have it. And the Lions just lost to the Packers. So, you might want to pump your brakes just a little bit. We're still talking about a team that's only averaging 5.6 points in the second half of the season. So, yeah, you beat them on the road, on the big stage. Congratulations. Okay? But remember, Eagles fans, Denver also beat them 24-9. Just saying. People have bad games. You guys lost to the Jets. That's the nature of the beast. All right, good people. I am coming down the home stretch here. I want to say to everybody out here tonight, I appreciate y'all being here and so on. I came across the perfect video of Rasheib. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for social media. My daughter Kayla, who went back home this morning, she's the one that got me in social media. Little background, early days of YouTube. I remember she was like, I've got 7,000, followers and stuff. People in California. I'm like, California? What are you doing talking to people in California for? The internet, that's the devil. That's the devil. What are you doing? And literally, I was like, I don't know about this social media stuff, talking to people across the countries and things. It was crazy. Like I said, it was the devil. And I remember my daughter saying to me, Dad, I'm going to move to California. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I'm going to be doing YouTube and I'm going to be doing social media and I'm going to move to California. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, honey, whatever you say. And damn if she didn't. Damn if she did not. She's done fantastic with it. And she started my first channel in 2012. Nobody watched it till 2016. Till Dak Prescott came around, and I had one video that after Tony Romo got hurt actually went kind of viral, or at least viral for me at that time. It had like 38,000 views. And it got people to kind of say, well, this guy was talking about Dak Prescott before he was drafted. Let's listen to him a bit. That started the ball tumbling to where we are now, 61,000 strong and growing. And the thing that is incredible about this is so many of you have become integral or big parts of my life. When you see me at the Man Cave and you see David Wiley, you see Daniel Hernandez who's just moved, when you see DMV and E2 Blue, when you see Rasheib, when you see Clarence, you see all those people, that's because of YouTube and social media. The relationships that I built on there. And I met Clarence because Clarence watched me on YouTube and lived not far from me, saw me going to the post office, didn't know I lived in Virginia, and was like, oh my God, you're Mark Holmes. And we became friends. And he's the one that introduced me to Rasheib because we went on a road trip to Dallas for the draft. And this is when Rasheib was still really feeling really good about the Giants. And literally the whole way down to Dallas, the 24 hours of driving in an RV, he kept just never shutting up, just trashing the Cowboys. And his essence for life there was incredible. And I did not see this actually happen because I was so busy cooking food and trying to get ready for the live stream and stuff. But Rasheib climbed up on top of the RV. And listening to the words that he said in this almost is like a foreshadowing. And when I watched this earlier today, it actually gave me chills. I want to thank all of you great people. I always say without you, it doesn't work. And that's the truth. You guys have helped me in my life and been such a part of my life that I don't know what I would do without y'all. Rasheib, you went too soon. We love you and we are going to miss you. But we're not going to forget you. You touched me and a lot of people. And I'm a better man for having known you. Good night, good people.
Tell them. Love y'all fans. Y'all good, man. Y'all make good intel them.
Don't get on top of that blue giant thing. Yeah, get on top of that.
Say I'm on top of the
Get
world.
Giant fan is on top. He's on top of the roof.
We got a better picture now because I'm on top of the world. He's on top of the roof.
He's on top of the roof.
He's going to fly off. He's going to be the ornament.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm going to get ready to do it.
On the way back home.
That's right. The Giants fans on top of the roof.
And you know
Spam the comments, please.
You know why I'm doing this? To give you guys some pleasure. Because you guys have picked Halsey. So you can laugh at me because you guys still suck. Okay.
New York State Giants fan just got on the roof of the RV for you guys.
Hey,
for you.
Some happiness in your life. Y'all got a lot of happiness. Y'all were miserable last night. Y'all pulled out of that stadium. Y'all was put your head hanging down. God damn it, yeah, you picture it, picture it. I'm gonna let y'all smile. Put a smile.
Wait till week 2. Wait till week 2.
Week 2, yeah.
Put on a happy face, y'all. This is for y'all. Y'all made me an instant celebrity. I want to thank y'all. This is why I did this. Y'all made me instant celebrity.
Week 2, you won't be happy.
Hey, who's gonna block Saquon? We picking him up in the draft, buddy.
This 2 love and 8 no down. That's not enough.
Hey, the Giants fan decided to kill himself.
Hey, we trying to bring world.
Giants fan decided to kill himself.
He up there doing it for the fans. Doing it for the fans.
Do it for the fans. Jump.
Come on.
I hope he's not drunk.
No, he's just doing it for the fans.
Okay. He might drunk.
No, he's just doing it for the fans. The fans want him on the roof. They got it. Coming down.
I didn't mean that, baby.
He's probably coming down.
No, I didn't mean that. Until next time.
Y'all wanted this. Y'all have it. Any last words for the fans?
I did this for y'all because I'm a nice guy in the long run. At the end of the day, I'm a nice guy. And I want y'all to be happy because this draft will be the worst draft you ever have. At least you have something to remember this draft by. The New York stinking Giants fan was on top of the bus, acting like an antenna. So I get a better picture. All right? Little piece of hair grease.
On top of the world. That's what I'll forever remember. Rasheib. Good night, good people. Tell the people you love them.